I wanted the verdict before she takes her second ride. What are the pros and cons?
It likes to take control very easily, which is both good and bad.
Do you think it would be safe for a little old granny?
If she didn't have to turn.
If you were going straight and we're not turning, otherwise you would want to get off and turn it yourself because it will take control. It will very much take control.
It's kind of hard to turn just because it likes to assist you while you're doing it.
Yeah.
So, like, when we get up to the front, me and Paige both get off and turn it around. And we'd like to go really slow when we're just doing this turn even because it's kind of hard. But it's super, super fun, and it's nice.
And very fun.
So, bucking bronco, rodeo level fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was just going 10 miles an hour down this street.
And that's why we're trying it on a dirt road. Good morning, guys. I'm going out for my first ride on the E-trike. I'm excited, a little bit nervous. We are finally in the 30s during the day. And so I'm still going to need gloves. I'm still going to need a hat and everything. I should probably have glasses on just because the cold of the air moving past can be very frigid. It has been snowing every day for the last, well, all winter. We've had like an 8-month winter. All right, there's the bike. I have it all set up and turned on. And I'm going to let you ride in the basket after I do like a run through. All right, so I put the battery in. And in order to turn the battery on, you have to put a key in, turn the key, hold the key on, and push the on button. So it is, well, it might not be on anymore since after I turned it on, I didn't actually ride it. I don't know how well I can show it to you. With only one hand. You turn it like that, and then you turn it on. And then it's started. So I've got my little basket. This was stored next to new lamb, so now it has hay inside of it. And I should probably just do it up so it's not flapping. But if I were to go camping or on a longer ride where I needed food or an extra coat or something, that would be ideal. One thing I'm worried about is that derailleur is completely exposed at the bottom. On a normal bike, it's next to a tire, so something would hit the tire before it hit the derailleur. But this one is down and a little bit exposed, but I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about it yet. This has a turning indicator. This little thing at the bottom, that and that, those are turning indicators, and that is a brake light, and it has a headlight here as well as a reflector. And I will turn those on before I go. By the way, there is a good spring in this. When you sit on it, the tires are so fat that you don't really feel anything, even though it doesn't necessarily have like a built-in spring here. It does have a built-in spring here in the shocks. But other than that, when you ride, it's the tires, the fat tires, that kind of absorb everything. And here's your foot platform for if you want to go all power, no pedal. I like to go pedal assist with the lowest power because I like to get some exercise. And then maiden voyage. I haven't turned it on yet. I just turned it on. So there is our information. There's my gear up and my gear down. So that's my physical derailleur, my physical gear changer. And on this side, maybe this is, maybe some of these buttons. I'll have to, there's one type of horn, but there's another type of horn. There's another type of horn. And so, and there's my brakes. I don't really know how to let you guys ride in this without being dangerous. So I'm going to go ride it for a minute and then I'll explain it to you. Any kind of winter riding, you need really, really good gloves and eye protection, not from bugs, but from the wind. You need closed-toed boots that don't have mesh. Leather's best. And obviously something colorful, flashers, and I have a really good bike chain because I'm worried. Well, with this kind of bike, you really don't want to be taking any chances. I'll show you the chain. It's very, very heavy. I don't like to use a chain this heavy unless I'm on a motorized vehicle because it adds, you know, 15 pounds of weight if you're carrying it on a backpack, and it's really in the way anywhere on the bike. I'm going to take just a little bit of a ride out to the road. I've got to open the gate because we've got animals out, so I'm not going to pedal, and I'm going to see how well the improvised, oh, it didn't work good at all. I don't know if that's going to cut it, but we'll try. It's always nice that our road is a little bit long, and right now I'm just using the motorized option. You can see I'm not pedaling at all. And I need to get my gloves back on after I close the fence. Brakes are important. Again, the bike will roll away on its own because it doesn't have a parking brake. It's important to have a windproof layer because it's the cold wind coming at you that will make winter and early spring riding uncomfortable. It's not the cold itself, it's the wind. I don't know if you can see that I am indeed hitting my foot on the back tire and on this platform every time I walk. All right, I just rode it down the road about a quarter mile, and I've had to adjust the seat 2 or 3 times, and unless you are an eco drive, this is terrifying to learn on. You want to make sure you're on a flat surface, no margins to fall down the side. Everything really needs to be flat, because when I first took off, I forgot that it's battery powered, not people powered, and so I thought when I stopped pedaling, it would stop, and it turned and tried to fall into a ditch the minute that I got on it and pedaled. And I'm a biker. I love to bike. So for me to be that awkward from the beginning is a little unsettling. I like it just as a trike by itself. It's not too heavy to pedal. I found that part very enjoyable, just pedaling it without any assist. I'm having a hard time getting used to the assist. I turned it down to eco, and I have it turned up to 2 on eco, and I'm not sure if I can tell if it's actually assisting me at this point, so I'm going to go try some more. And I would not be surprised if I was doing all the pedaling myself, because there is quite a bit of push that I'm having to put into it. So I am kind of curious if I'm even getting any assist. This is power assist 1. And I do not believe that I'm getting any power assist because I'm not showing any wattage. I'm going 18 miles an hour. Again, you really want to have your hands on the brake, because when you get unbalanced, what puts you back in balance is the brakes. The brakes are what allow you to kind of pull left or pull right. It's almost like a rudder system. Oh, and my throttle has turned off. Okay, so it has abandoned me a little bit, so I'm gonna, okay, so now it turned back on. So that's a little scary to suddenly have it kick out like that. So I geared way down with the mechanical part of it. But did you guys see how it totally turned off? I don't know if it's just not making connection. But it's stopping. It's wigging out. So I'm going to turn this so you guys can see what we're going up. I want to make sure you guys can see the texture of the road. Okay, so far it looks like on this bike you also have to gear down, because when it's in its high gears, the motor is having to push too hard to help you. It needs those gears to be geared down at a stop or on a high hill, as if it was a two-wheel bike. I think that's pretty cool. So currently, I am at a gear 4 on the right and a gear 1 on the left, and the left is my power assist. So I want to see if it kicks in a little better. Yep, it kicks in way better if your gears are low. So the gears do matter. If you're already going, you can stay at a high gear, but if you're going to stop, you need to gear down if you want that pedal assist. Otherwise the gearing is too high and it's just like a normal bike. It doesn't have enough oomph to push that largest gear. Potholes, this kind of thing, are actually super duper fun. That was the thing that I was worried was going to be the biggest like safety hazard, but it's not. The back of the bike flexes, like they seem to flex independently of each other, so that when one thing goes in, the other thing doesn't automatically pop up. They flex on the frame. Some part of the frame is flexing, and it means that when you hit a little bit of a pothole, it just kind of shifts a little bit. It doesn't throw you off. However, steady sloped is a little scary. All right, first impressions from me riding the bike are, it reminds me of a little Tonka truck. It has so much torque. It's really compact. It has a good turning radius as long as you're going really slow. But it kind of also reminds me of one of those little red flyer wagons where if you're not really paying attention to your speed, and that you don't suddenly turn way too sharp, or that you're on uneven surfaces, it's going to dump you. And so I felt way more confident coming back in than I did 30 seconds into my ride. As long as you don't hurt yourself within the first 30 seconds, I think you can figure it out. Here's what I think. I think as just a trike, it's actually pretty fun. It pedals super easy, super light, rolls nice, good cushion with the tires. It's when you turn that power on that you have the potential to get hurt. So on a safety rating, I would give it a 2 out of 10. On a fun rating, I would put an 8 out of 10, just because I think those last 2 points, when you're not terribly safe, sometimes it takes a little bit of the fun away because you have to be a little more hesitant. So I think if you're a bull rider, then you would feel right at home on this, because it's a little unpredictable. If you are a little granny who wants to bike down the street, I think that if you don't have any hills to handle, this in an unpower assisted mode is fantastic. I think if you're going to do power assist mode, you should be middle-aged or younger, because it is a 3-wheel. Remember how there used to be like 3-wheelers instead of 4-wheelers? Well, the reason you don't see as many of those anymore, or that when you do see them, they have a very, very wide, low base, it's because of this safety flipping issue. So I think it's super fun. I am going to enjoy seeing if I can learn how to ride it safely, but I'm definitely riding it with a lot of caution. We don't have wide margins on our road, and we do have a pretty good crown on it in some places that make it a little scary to ride this. And if I hit one of those spots with a high crown at speed, I think I would feel jittery and worried and feel like I needed to brake. So I think I have a lot of riding to do on this before I feel super comfortable. One of the reviews that I saw on this bike said that this would be a fantastic off-road trike, and I 100% agree with that. It handled all the wobbliness of the road, as long as it wasn't a prolonged slant. It handled every pothole and every divot and every crack really well, and it did handle turning really well as long as I was slowed down enough to focus. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. I don't know if this could get into some of our paths that allow motorized vehicles up in the hills, how it would do on those, just because it's a little bit wider than a mountain bike. But I mean, I am totally up to trying that. And when I tootled around here on our farm a little bit, it got along better on like a little bit of mud and a lot of rocks than it did on flat gravel road, because the tires sink in just a teeny tiny bit. But that's it so far. I will give you more stats as I find them out. Okay, so I told the girls that they could come out and try the bike. We're gonna let them try it, see if they kill themselves in the driveway. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain it to you really quick. I've already got the power on. So it will tip over on you if you're turning too quickly. Okay. Come here, I've got it on Power Assist 1.
Okay.
And I've got it, I'll turn it down. Don't pedal backwards. Paige, you want to pedal forwards for half a second? Let it gear down. Just let it switch. Thank you. Okay, just don't pedal backwards. Go slow and make sure you have your fingers on the brakes, because if you do need to stop, you have to use the brakes, because otherwise the motor doesn't shut off. Okay. Turn your wheel. No, don't go backwards.
Oh, wow.
Make sure you know where your brakes are. Yeah, that's the scary thing, is when you first turn the first time, it's kind of scary to be like, wait, how do I stop? So that's Power Assist number 1, and you can see she has a little bit of a hard time getting it started because the power doesn't kick in for a minute.
I'm gonna like turn around like this. It goes fast.
It does go fast. Now when you try it this time, I'm going to have you twist the throttle, but just don't get too carried away with the throttle. It's more like a throttle release. Throttle release, okay?
Remember with the four-wheeler?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you where the throttle is.
Is it this or this?
Hold on. I'll show it to you.
I'm going to like get at the end
This.
of the driveway, then turn around if I'm going to do
This
that.
is the throttle. You just twist it. So just twist it
You want
a
me
little
to?
bit. Yeah, just twist it a little bit until it kicks in, and then let go. And now just pedal. Make sure to have your hand on the brakes.
Oh, geez, that's so dang. That's
Right?
awful. Oh, it has a light on the back.
Huh?
It has a light on the back.
Yeah, it does, so that you can see when the brakes are on. Okay, do you want to use the throttle on the way back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be slow with it.
It's a little bit like on and off and on and off.
Want to see how fast I can go or
No.
not?
We'll wait to go to the park.
Yeah.
Dang. Don't fall over.
It's okay if she does. She's not going very fast. Okay, when you make the turn, remember you're wider than you think you are.
So don't run
You're,
into the haystack.
yeah, you're not just a bike, you're a trike.
Yeah.
So you stick out about a foot further on each side than you think you do.
It's how it is with a car, too.
Or maybe 18 inches out. Oh, you're not sharing?
Thank you. Thank you. I was like,
You don't want to ride?
What?
You don't want to ride?
No, I said thank you for
Pointing out that she has hogged it.
voicing what I was thinking.